speak now to Nihad Awad. He's the National Executive Director of the Council on American-Islamic Relations and joins us via Skype from Washington, D.C. So this bill, it bans funding for Unrwa for 1 year. Give us an idea of the impact of that as we've got famine looming in northern Gaza and this being the one organisation that can best reach people who need help.
Yeah, thank you, Laura, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on this. Unfortunately, it is really a sickening decision, utterly sickening, to see the House of Representatives pass this bill that included a clear denial of the Palestinians to essential means of living, whether food, medical supplies, and of course education. Education is secondary now, but the Palestinians in the West Bank, in Gaza in particular, they need these essential supplies for survival. The United States government basically is enabling the genocidal campaign of Israel on the military side, and now the US even is participating in denying the Palestinians the last bit of food that maybe may keep them alive, based on accusations by Israel that have not been proven to be true. I myself, I'm a product of Unrwa system. I was born and raised in a Palestinian refugee camp in Jordan. I received food from the Unrwa. I received education. It had a huge impact on our lives. But now for the Palestinians in Gaza, they are between death and life. And already Israel is imposing a blockade. It's not allowing any food or medicine to pass through, despite the so-called pressure by the US or urging of the US or the international community. So in other words, unfortunately, this vote flies in the face of this administration that appears to be to the world that is pressuring Israel to pass the food and aid supplies, while the United States is crippling the main organization that has been there on behalf of the United Nations and the world community.
So Nihad, I just wanted to jump in there, because this comes after Israel accused a number of Unrwa employees of having ties to Hamas. This is something that Unrwa has denied. There is currently a UN probe into these accusations, and a final report will be released at the end of April. One wonders why the US didn't wait until that report was released before making this move.
It just confirms our fear, our anger with this administration that is not using logic or even due process in affirming accusations after just maybe having to wait for the end result of the investigation. Not only that, Laura, this bill, the spending bill, included denial of the United Nations commission that's investigating Israel. In other words, the United States government, the United States House of Representatives, is impeding the ability of the United Nations to carry out its duty to investigate that particular claim. In other words, the United States is not interested in the facts. It's just interested to listen to the state of Israel and giving Israel what it needs to continue its genocidal campaign, unfortunately.
Can Unrwa survive this? Because we have had a number of countries, such as Canada, Finland and Australia, resume their funding for the organisation. But, of course, the US is the leading donor.
Exactly. Well, it is a major setback to UNRWA's critical mission today to help save the Palestinians. And while the organization can survive with the help from the rest of the world, but as you said, the US is the lion's share of the supporters of the United Nations, and this way it will just be complicit with the state of Israel in suffocating the Palestinians, in pushing tens of thousands of young children into a malnutrition. And we have seen the number is increasing, the death of people especially children. We're almost at 30 people who died, 27 of them children. And this is it is avoidable. It's a man-made state, is a state of Israel made catastrophe, aided, supplied, supported, politically protected by the United States government, unfortunately.
Nihad, Awad, thanks very much for taking the time to join us here on Al Jazeera.
Thank you.